Hey guys, Thunder E here, and yes, I'm doing a review of Stranger Things, which is a TV show on Netflix. Is available now, and I have to tell you, I absolutely love this show. This is a fantastic show, and this review will be non-spoiler. I'll try and delve into some things, but I will not spoil a lot of things for you because I want you to really enjoy the show. So I decided not to make this non-spoiler because it's a show that's out now. Not a lot of people have watched it, but trust me, if you know anyone who has, they will tell you it is awesome. So I'm going to give you the synopsis of the show. Stranger Things, the synopsis says, when a young boy disappears and his mother, a sheriff, and his friends must confront terrifying forces in order to get him back. And looking at the poster, this looks like something, from an 80s movie. And it's an 80s vibe show in terms of just the era it's set in, as well as also the vibe and the way it's shot and the music and things like that. Now, Stranger Things stars Winona Ryder. It also stars David Harbour. Those are the two main people in there that you probably do know. The other person also that you might have a clue to who he is Matthew Modine. That's pretty much it. Those are the three main people. The other cast members include Finn Wolfhard, Cable McLaughlin, Gatton Mastro, and of course Miley Bobby Brown. And those are the kids. Now, it really centers around these five kids. I mentioned before, and the last kid, his name is Will in the show, is Noah Schnapp. Now, these five kids, the show really centers around them. And I have to tell you, they do a fantastic job. Now, the names of the show are Mike, we have Dustin, we have Lucas, we have Will, and we have 11. So the way this story starts, I'm going to give you some intros to it, and at least so you get a good grasp of it, is basically Mike, Dustin, Lucas, and Will are playing in Mike's home. They're playing in the basement. They're playing kind of like a Dungeons and Dragons board game. They're rolling the dice, and it's really cool watching their interaction because you see this friendship just, it just grows, and it shows the levels of complexity these young kids have in their friendship as the show goes on. But they're playing the board game, and the mom yells like, "All right, it's time to go to bed because it's school tomorrow." So they're done, rolling the dice. They're trying to figure out what's going on, and eventually the boys leave. So Mikey stays at home. His three friends ride home. Lucas lives closest, so Lucas actually gets home first. And then, of course, Dustin and Will have a race, and Dustin makes it home. Of course, Will lives the farthest away. As Will is riding home on his bike on a road that is, it's still lit, but it's kind of in the woods. He sees something like a figurine of something, and it basically scares him. He falls down. He sees it again. He starts running. He runs home. He's not too far from at this point. He runs home. Then he sees the creature come to, not really a creature. That's the thing. He actually sees this thing come to the window. He can't see it clearly. He opens the door even though he's locked it, and then he runs to the back into the woodshed, picks up a shotgun. There's loading bullets in there. Next thing, the thing appears behind him. He turns around. And he disappears. Boom. Yes, Will is gone. So now there's a search for Will. His mom is Winona Ryder. She comes back the next day. They can't find Will. She's going crazy. She does a really good job in this show in portraying that, that 80s mom who, she knows she doesn't know everything. She knows she's not the best, but she does the best she can. And she really portrays that mother very well. Like, you really feel for her. And because at some point, she looks like she's getting crazy. Now, the sheriff himself, David Harbour, plays a sheriff who's lost someone in the past. And, he's just kind of doing his job. And he doesn't want to necessarily, get into things. But, he finds his own redemption as they start looking for Will. Now, 11 comes into play because the boys are like, all right, we need to find our friend and we need to go look for him because no one else is doing it. It's like this young Goonies type mentality of let's go find our friend. And it actually works well in this show. They do a good job. These kids are fantastic. I can't wait to see them grow up as actors because they do a fabulous job. I really enjoyed watching each and one of them. Mikey, Dustin, especially Dustin and Lucas. Those two really hit it for me because they had this different complexities compared to Mike and Will. Now, Will was, I think in the show, the way they put it, Will is really, really smart. Will's the one who disappeared. Mike Mike is also very smart. Dustin and Lucas are smart too, but they have their own different levels of intellectuality where they know how to reason differently. So it shows the dynamic of their friendship. And then 11 comes in. 11 is this girl that they find while they look for Will. Her name is 11. She doesn't talk too much, and she has abilities. And you're wondering, where did she get these abilities from? Where did she escape from? All that kind of stuff. She's wearing like a hospital gown, and you start going through the process, and you see the kind of abilities that the girl has and how that plays to finding Will. The mom also plays a big role in this because she can hear Will, but she doesn't know where he is. Everyone thinks she's going crazy. Things like that, where the mom starts looking like a nutcase. And then there's the brother whose name is Jonathan, and also Mike, basically Mike's sister, Nancy. Now, Nancy is someone who looks like the prom queen in high school. She's beautiful, she's very smart, book smart too, but she looks like somebody that might not be, say, street smart, but she grows as a character too. So she goes from being this very beautiful, smart girl to this very beautiful, smart girl who is ready to take action. And I love that arc that she had, even though it was small, because she was dating like the hottest guy in school, and then she has to find a friend because a friend also goes missing. So things start to happen, and there's some points where I wish everybody would just get together and talk, but the way it's set up in the show, it's not this dumb premise of like, oh, if you just talk to this person, you guys would know, right? It's more of like, they never actually got the chance to, because they were doing other things, and it was organic when they eventually met. Everybody kind of starts putting information together. You find out, trying to find where Will is, trying to find the villains, who are the villains in the show. I'm not going to spoil it for you. I will say though that Matthew Modine is one of the villains, and he plays it so well. It's just like scientist type guy. He's got a very dark look to him. He doesn't talk too much, but I mean, he just creeps you out. And that's the part of the show that there are some scary elements. It's not, I mean, there's some things that will scare you. Now, for me, it didn't, of course, but for other people, it might. And I was like, yeah, these are things that could scare people out there. So that's something just to take note. It has a beautiful mix. It's got, like I said, it's got that 80s vibe. The show is also set in 1983 in rural Indiana, like I think Hawkins, Indiana. It's got that Goonies vibe to it, especially just with the boys and 11. It's also got that slightly 80s horror vibe to it at the same time, a little bit of E.T., all combining together. The music is great. The directing is fantastic. 8 episodes. I watched it in almost 8 hours. Literally just binge watched the whole day. And I have to say, I was quite impressed with the show. So that is my review of Stranger Things on Netflix. Go watch it. That's it. This is an absolutely must-watch show. I can't wait to see what they do with the sequel now, or at least season 2. To me, season 2 can happen following the same path, continuing the storyline with the boys and what goes from there. We don't know. I don't know if there's going to be season 2, but hopefully there is. But I can also see season 2 happening in a different town or somewhere else. The show's title is Stranger Things, so it could be anywhere in the U.S. But they might not want to do that just because they want to go into that True Detective season 2, where it's a whole different storyline that just didn't work. But I would love to see them continue with these boys, because the boys, 11, all of them. I think the cast in the show really nailed it on the head, and this is an absolutely fantastic show. So guys, that's it. Now, if you've watched Stranger Things, leave your comments down below. Try not to spoil it for people, but then again, it's available now, so you can definitely go watch. But leave your thoughts. What did you like about it? What didn't you like? If you didn't like it, I absolutely loved it. But if you didn't like it, put it down there. I would love to discuss with you and share some of those thoughts. And if you're watching us for the first time, definitely subscribe. We make shows like this. We do reviews of entertainment, tech reviews, headphones that you see back there, you name it. We do all that stuff just to keep you entertained if you're bored at work. So this is Thunder E saying thank you very much. Subscribe again, and always enjoy your entertainment.